Hello everyone, I'm Greg Weaver. Welcome to The Audio Analyst. First, my apologies for no episode drop last week. But with the spring workload around the homestead and my 2-acre lawn, combined with preparing to spend the week in Germany to attend High-End Munich last weekend, I just didn't have the time. Today, I'd like to take you on a virtual tour of the Munich Order Center, or the MOC, as it is known, the home of the largest, most important audio show on planet Earth each May. Now, because I've been to Munich several times prior, and not just to attend this show, I choose to stay in a decidedly American hotel, the Munich City Hilton, just shy of a mile east of the heart of Munich, Marienplatz Square, on the east side of the Isar River. Now, this hotel's restaurant, the Mona, offers an American-style breakfast, and there is an executive lounge on the 5th floor that accommodates cigar smokers. Further, there is an S-Bahn train station accessible from the lower level of the hotel. Now, since I choose to use the very cost-effective, clean, extremely well-maintained and dependable Munich train system to navigate the city, the Hilton is a total win. Now, it may be hard to believe, but this year marks the 40th event hosted by Germany's high-end society, an idea originally born in Dusseldorf back in 1981 by about a dozen folks, including the late Dieter Burmester. Now, initially referred to as what would be loosely translated as the Community of Interest for High-Quality Music Playback or Reproduction, the first show was held in December of 1982 at the Sheraton Airport Hilton in Frankfurt, but in 1990, their name was finally changed to High-End Society. After my first couple of visits to this remarkable event, one of the most often asked and most difficult to accurately answer questions I'd get was about the venue where it is held. Everyone sort of assumes that it is just like, well, a big hotel. It is not. Welcome to the MOC. Built as a business trade center in the early 1990s, they host upwards of 70 events annually. And at just a 20-odd minute ride on the U6 train heading north from the Munich Marienplatz train station, the city's main train hub located under the famous square of the same name, it is coincidentally just one stop south of Allianz Stadium. Now, the MOC is an enormous campus of 4 connected glass and steel halls with 1,500 parking spaces on 2 underground levels. Halls 1 and 2 are single-story buildings. Hall 3 has 2 stories, and Hall 4 has 3 floors. Guys, overall, the MOC offers 325,000 square feet of event space. That's nearly 7.5 acres, or just about 1.25 square miles. It is enormous. And guys, this year's show broke all previous records with over 22,000 visitors from 100 countries. It featured 550 exhibitors from 54 nations and hosted 529 media representatives from 43 countries, vastly exceeding the expectations of the event organizers. Now, those of you who follow my written work, and especially my show reports, will know my current standing on not offering coverage of rooms at any show if they are unable or unwilling to provide an inclusive listing, in print or electronically, of the gear in play in their rooms. Now, first, this is the largest show on the annual schedule, and it gets loud. Next, factor in all the different languages, accents, and pronunciation barriers, and it becomes clear that the enormous potential for errors that individually handwriting room details affords, and I find it an unacceptable practice. Now, what was worse this year is that, as of this recording, only 2 of the hosts of several rooms that I wanted to report on, and who committed to follow up with such details, have complied. So, Please accept my apologies, as I will only have a few limited rooms to share with you. But now, let's take a walk, starting just at the intersection in front of the access road to the MOC. Have a look. Here's the intersection outside the main entrance to the MOC. You can see that it's a big, heavily traveled highway. And as I walked in that morning, it was actually about 55 or 60 degrees out, overcast. It did get a lot nicer over the next couple of days. We ended up being in the low 70s and mid 70s over Saturday and Sunday. Now you'll see a car coming up. This is the 2 levels of parking garages that it's accessing. And here's the glass and steel outer frame of part of Hall 1. And there's the MOC logo. Now we're going to walk down the foyers from Hall 1 all the way to Hall 4. You can see part of the entryway to Hall 1 on our left. As we walk through, there's a coat area. A lot of people checked things in there. I didn't think it was cool enough to carry a coat, so I didn't bother. But you can see it's still kind of busy. This is early Thursday morning. You can kind of hear the audio from that car as we get closer to the entry to Hall 2. And that's that car audio system playing Dead Mouse out the outside of Hall 2. And the stairway that goes up to the press area as we pass another entrance to 2. And the rotating doors on the right take you out into a courtyard. I'll show you one of those when we get all the way down to 4. Now coming up on the left is the registration area. This is where everybody checked in, got their badges. I actually forgot my printed badge and had to have them reprint mine for me. I left it on my desk. Here's the entry to Hall 3 and the stairways that go up into the overpasses that also go on into 4. We're going to go through the tunnel here in the foyer area. But there's a crossing way up over top there that also has an open area for food courts. And there's a restaurant with a lot of seating, especially outside seating right there to the right. And we'll go around the staircase. And we'll head into the hallway that connects Hall 3 to Hall 4. Now Hall 2, as if you saw the image earlier, there are 2 floors there. And like I said, that second floor, I'm going to show you a picture up there in a little bit where they have a lot of cabins. But this then connects with an open space. There's the WADAX display to Hall 4, which is where most of the really exotic gear is. And we'll see that in a minute. That's an open courtyard by the restaurant. And that is a very well-used staircase that goes up to level 2 and level 3. Level 2 is another part of the atrium, and it's open all the way up to level 3. Some of the bigger rooms and more impressive rooms are up on those 2 atrium levels. And as we walk past, there's the staircase all the way up, going all the way up. And then we walk past the entry and exit to Hall 4. And that is the end of the glass and steel complex at that wall ahead of us there. And as we look into this entryway here, okay, you can see in there, we're going to do a 180 and go out into the courtyard that's right outside the doors. There are 4 of these courtyards. Very nice, very relaxing. People come out here and have conversations and smoke. And that bus, those guys are selling records. And we're near one of the cab stations here, outside of Building 4, Hall 4. Now, we're going to start inside in Hall 3 and walk all the way through the first part of these halls, the lower floor of these halls, all the way down to Hall 1. And as you look, you can see how much is going on here. There are so many booths, and you'll see some of these smaller cabins, which we'll go into at one end here. But, I mean, there's so much traffic here. There's so much going on, and it's so loud. Hallways that go all the way to the back, which we'll see in a minute. When we get to the end, we'll go all the way to the back as well. But you can see all these, it says headphone shop, all these small cabins that are built up. They're used all over the place, and we'll get up on the Atrium on 3, and you'll see the cabins where the manufacturers set up contract areas where they can sit down with dealers or potential distributors and take orders and discuss business, so they don't have to deal with so much. Now we've gone all the way to 1. We're turning now towards the back of the hall. We're going to walk all the way to the end, show you just how deep these places are. Again, you see booths and cabins on both sides. I mean, you can see just how busy and how big this thing is. There's no chance you can see everything in 4 days. It's just, I mean, you can walk through, but you can't see everything. Now you see the TLA display there on the right. We're going to come back and go into that room. Gershman Acoustics, TLA, and MSB are in there. But I want to go to the end of the hall. This is all the way to the back of Hall 1, which they're all this deep. And then I'm going to look across, and you'll see all the way down back to Hall 3. It's quite a ways down there. Here's the Gershman room. And we're going to listen quickly to the Gershman Grand Avant-Garde. And they're using the TLA TSI 300 integrated with MSB digital. Let's go to listen.
The back of that strong, you load of 16 tons, and what do you get? Another day older and a deeper in debt. Say, Peter, don't you call me, cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Say, Peter, don't you call me, cause I can't go. Say, Peter, don't you call me, to the company store. Don't you call me, cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Come on. My shovel and I walked to the mine. I loaded 16 tons of number 9 coal and a straw. I said, well, bless my soul. You load 16 tons, and what do you get? Another day older and a deeper in debt. Saying, Peter, don't you call me.
And there's Eli and Ofra.
All my soul to the company store. I was born one morning in the drizzling rain.
Okay, now we're in Hall 4, walking the other direction on the ground level. I'm not going to go quite as far. I'm just going to walk you down here a little bit to give you an idea. There's Audio Group Denmark to the left. You can see the Børresen speakers. We'll come back to see that. The new Access brand that they just introduced. There's a small cabin for that. They had the X3s in there. And there is the new M3, the $280,000 Børresen M3s. They were static only here, they were not on. They did have some sound going on with the X6, the new X6. We'll come back to that.
Ja, stimmt.
All right, now we're walking out into the hallway there. I'm going to show you the staircase again. You can see that it's pretty busy here. And we get back towards the end of Hall 4 where it connects to Hall 3. Now, this is the Børresen room with the X6 loudspeakers. Let's give them a listen.
Troubles were cheering, trouble with a dress that's as black as my heart on this train. Troubles were cheering, trouble with those lips that's as red as the blood in my veins. Trouble, you know it.
All right, those are the cabins I was talking about where they're closing sales. They have people come in and sit down and take orders. This is looking down from that crossway that goes towards the food court into Group 4. This is looking down into the foyer area. It's about, I think it's about 30 feet up. Now, this was the Alsyvox Taiko Pilium room. There's the Taiko Extreme is feeding the Horizon from LampizatOr. Those are the Raffaello Alsyvox loudspeakers. They're about 30K. I'm sorry, they're about 300K. And my apologies, this is probably not the best demo music. It just happened to be what was going on when I was in there. These speakers as panels are the most remarkable bass performance I've ever heard from a panel. They're fast, they're detailed, they're spacious, they're just remarkable. Now, into the Audionet room with the large peaks. This was a really excellent room, really excellent sound. You all know Audionet is my reference gear, and there's a reason for it. That blue banner to the right that says Audionet Scientific Magic. That's a quote from my review of the Stern-Heisenberg combination in the Absolute Sound. Now the von Schweikert, VAC, and the Audio Company room. These are the Ultra 9s and the new, recently improved VAC 300 amplifiers. We're using 4 to bio-amplify the Ultra 7s. This room was great during Friday, Saturday, but Sunday I went up to meet a watcher of the channel and a fan, and the sound was just staggering. It may actually have been the best sound I've ever heard from a von Schweikert room, and certainly from von Schweikert in Germany.
Drive west on Sunset to the sea. Turn that jungle music down, just until we're out of town. This is no one night stand, it's a real occasion. Close your eyes and you'll be there. It's everything they say. The end of a perfect day. Distant lights from across the bay. Babylon sister, shake it. Babylon sister, shake it. So fine, so young. Tell me I'm the only one.
And that about wraps it up, guys. I hope this was able to give you a sense of just how large, diverse, and exciting High-End Munich can be. As the largest and most important international show on the annual circuit, it should be seen as the destination audio event that it is. Now, this was my first return post the COVID-19 lockdowns that canceled the 2020 and 2021 shows. Now, given the surge that seemed prevalent in Bavaria in May of 2022, I chose not to attend last year as well. So I felt long overdue, making this my first return to Munich since the 2019 event. Now, for me, the best part of this, and most any such audio show, is seeing and reconnecting with all my European and Asian friends and colleagues who rarely come to the United States shows. Folks that I've not seen in 4 years. Guys, this was such a great time and an excellent show. If you have a passion for high-performance two-channel audio, you really should go out of your way to put this annual May extravaganza on your calendar. I guarantee you it will be an unforgettable experience. Hopefully, I'll see you there sometime soon. Thanks for dropping in today. Information on supporting the channel may be found in today's description section or at my website, theaudioanalyst.com. Please stay safe and keep the music playing. Till next time, cheers.